So it seems that we have everyone. We are ready to start. Okay? So are you ready to start? Chapter 13 today? Okay, say yes, yes. All right, great. Okay, so we'll start chapter 13, right? The last time we talked about international trade theory, okay? So ground, okay? So grounds to talk about actually strategy, right? Strategy of international business. This topic will be very simple, okay? But the simple means in many cases strong. Okay, so we are going to talk about generic strategies to get into international market today. Okay, from the generic strategies, okay, this idea is coming from the strategy management, and using this idea apply in an international setting. Okay, very similar strategy. Okay, but a little bit different. So we want to talk about that. And also, we also talk about some ways, some methods to get into international city. Two things, generic strategies and techniques. All right? Techniques. That's it. Two things. This is chapter 13, the strategy of international business. We're going to talk about that. All right. I want to make sure our schedule, okay? We are exactly following the syllabus schedule. Okay, so don't confuse it. Okay, exam 2, chapters 4, 6, 13 on Tuesday. Okay, and presentations. Find the real case and apply what we have discussed, and focus on why some firms are successful, why are not. Okay, so this is Thursday. So next week we will have exam and presentation. Okay, that's it. You will enjoy it. Okay, you'll enjoy it. Any question about the schedule? Okay, let's move. Okay, one more case. Okay, your average score is 7.63 out of 8. Great. I love it. I don't have any problem. No problem. Okay. And standard deviation is very narrow. Okay. So at this point, assume that you are well prepared to go forward. Okay? So then you will be rewarded, okay, based on these numbers in your grade. Okay? It's great. I love to see it. All right, let's talk about chapter 13, but we're going to start with a warner case. Okay? So your warner case is arranged on the canvas, and please go to canvas and take a warner case. Chapter 13 warner case. I'll give you 10 minutes. But when you're done, please let me know. Okay, so most people done. I'm gonna start. I want to save our time. Okay. Anyway, 10 minutes. All right. Okay. All right. Some students are very fast. Okay, great. All right, Kyle done. I think most people done. Okay. So we want to start. Yep. We want to start. But if you need more time, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Okay. We want to start. Okay? All right. Number one. Profit growth is measured by the percentage increase in net profits over time. True or false? Percentage increase in net profit over time. Yes, it's true. It's true. Okay. So the profit class, profit is the primary what is that, value that creates for shareholders. Okay. So in the strategy, we are talking about strategy management in international setting. Okay. So in the strategy, profit is very important, very important. Okay. So for shareholders. Okay. Number two, according to Porter, the way to create superior value is to drive down the cost structure of the business, okay, reduce cost, and differentiate the product in some way so that consumers value it more. True or false? All right, it's true. It's true. That's true. So this is the central idea of strategy management. Okay, strategy. Okay. The central idea of strategy is very simple. If you can reduce cost, increase product differentiation, you have value for customers. Okay? As long as you have value, you have competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means doing better than others. This is the fundamental framework of strategic management. Okay? Fundamental one. That means it's simple and fundamental. That means it's strong. All right? It's strong. It's very hard to be falsified. Okay? So again, if you reduce cost, okay, increase product differentiations, you have a value for customers within this. Okay? As long as you have high value, you have competitive advantage. This is fundamental idea of strategy management. Okay? We want to apply this simple idea into international setting. Okay? So international setting, you reduce cost. Okay, the pressure of cost reduction is high, so you reduce cost, and the pressure of product difference, local responsiveness. Okay, if you increase local responsiveness, it is very similar with product differentiation. Okay, if you reduce cost, local responsiveness, you have value in this, and you have competitive advantage. This is simple application of generic strategies into national setting. If you understand this chapter is done. Okay? This chapter is done. All right, let's move. Number 3. The strategy, operations, and organizational firm must all be consistent with each other if the firm is to attain a competitive advantage and achieve superior profitability. True or false? True or false? Yep. So think about that. Strategy, operation, organization. It should be consistent because if a firm go one way, this way, then it should go together. Together. So think about that. If you say, all right, this way, we go this way, let's go. And some people say, what? I don't want it. Okay? It is problematic. Okay? So that's why number 3 is true. Number 4, support activities are always less important than the primary activities in achieving competitive advantage. True or false? Jensen, you are arguing this, right? True? Is it true? In your perspective, support activities are always less important than the primary activities? Yeah, it's false. What are support activities? What are primary activities? The answer is false, right? Number 4 is false. Okay, Jensen, you can type it. Primary activities and support activities. Primary activities or support activities? Okay, let's talk about that. You have a point. I understand your point. Okay, what are primary activities? Anyone? Please tell us.
Marketing, management, human resource.
Okay, what are support activities?
Customer service, distribution.
All right, it's not easy to define, okay, primary activities and support activities. Okay, so usually students confuse this. Okay, then let's do this way. Okay, in the some operational level, I can define like this. Okay, primary activities are involved with the flow of raw materials. Okay, so if any activity is involved with raw materials, okay, the process of raw materials is primary activity. Okay, so inbound of raw materials and processing, production, and outbound of raw materials, okay, products, and sales, okay, and customer service. These are primary activities. What are support activities? Other than that, it's not directly involved with the raw materials, okay? But it impacts the primary activities a lot, okay? Like R&D, okay? Finance, accounting, HR. Okay? All of these activities are support activities. So think about that. Jensen, think about that. If there's no support activities, okay, then primary activities cannot exist. All right? Okay. Who will take care of R&D? Who will take care of staffing? Who will take care of financing? What company? So finance is not less important than inbound logistics of raw materials. How do you think about that? No. We are talking about support activities and primary activities. We compare with primary activities and support activities. I don't see any point in this Microsoft and Sony. Please tell me a little bit detail. Jensen has a mic issue today, so he cannot, tell us. Personal service is a primary activity for both Microsoft and Sony. We are compared, not two companies. We are compared support activities and primary activities. So support activities are also important, okay, to support primary activities. That's the point of number 4. Support activities, other than primary activities, all activities are support activities, like finance, accounting, R&D, and whatever, HR, something like that. Yeah? So think about that. Support activity without HR team in your company. Okay? Then how the other primary activities can do staffing. That's what I'm saying. If there is no support activities, what happened? You don't want to say any HR activities do not give competitive advantage to a company. You may don't want to say like that. No. In many cases, actually, HR, good staffing, okay, good personal management, okay, good people management can have a competitive advantage. For example, Microsoft and Sony. Okay? Microsoft has more innovative way to hire people, train people, retain people, better people. Okay? Then Sony, I assume that Sony has less innovative way to hire people. Then HR can have differences to contribute to the competitive advantage. So primary activities are important, but not always. Okay, support activities are important. No, support activities as well as primary activities in achieving are important. Both activities are important in achieving competitive advantage. Okay? The balance between these activities are very important. Yes, I'm not gonna say 50% equally important, but both activities are critical. Okay? Without any one of these, okay, the company cannot be reduced actually. All right, great. Great. Let's move. Number 5. The success of many multinational corporations is based not just on the goods or service that they sell in foreign nations, but also on core competencies that underlie development, production, and marketing of those goods and services. Okay? It's true or false? Yes, it's true. It's true. Okay, Jensen, you see core competencies here. Okay, so I want to talk about core competencies. In your textbook, okay, there's no detail in the core competencies, but core competencies is a critical factor that determines your competitive advantage. Okay? All right. Erika? All right, thank you so much. So core competencies is a critical factor that impact your competitive advantage, that determine your competitive advantage. So core competencies can be anything. Okay? Jensen? You got it? Core competencies can be HR, studying, or finance, or production, or R&D, technology, whatever. Okay? It depends. It depends. Okay? So I just want to emphasize core competencies. That means you should know that. All right? You should know that. What is my core competencies in company? Then you focus on developing this. Then you have a competitive advantage. Okay? If you don't see it, it's a problem. If you focus on in different resources, different things, okay, rather than core competencies, then you lost something. Okay? So I just want to make sure that one. Okay. All right. So that's good. All right. Let's move to number 6. Economies that arise from performing a value creation activity in the optimal location are known as location economies. Yes, it's true. This is the definition of location economies. Okay? So location economies is a simple concept. The better location, the better business. Okay? That's why many US corporations actually move into the Chinese markets, okay? To find the optimal location, to use okay, the cheaper labor force, and also to find some opportunities to get into the Chinese market. Okay? Number 7, learning effects. Okay, learning effects. Actually, we experience these learning effects. Okay, think about that. At the beginning of the semester, so we spend a lot of time to move step by step in the class. Okay, now everyone is familiar with this, procedures, including me. So we are going fast. Okay? So for today won't be long. Okay, so learning effects tend to be more significant when a technologically simple task is repeated. No, it's false. Yeah, it's false. Learning, if the simple task, that means you can learn very easily. Okay? You can learn very, very easily. Okay? So learning effect is not so great. Everyone can do it simply, okay? Quickly. Okay? But if it's like a complicated test, like operations of your liver, operations of your brain. Okay? Think about that. So doctors, they took okay, about the double time, okay, when they tried to the first one, okay? And they reduced the time of operation, okay, drastically when they are familiar with this. Okay? So more complicated test has a greater learning effect. Okay? There are many rooms to increase learning effects in the complicated task. Make sense? Okay, great. All right, number 8. All right, am I too fast? If I'm too fast, please let me know, okay? Stop me. Okay? All right, 2 types of compactive pressure. This is another key idea of strategy, okay? So, reduce cost, increase product differentiation, create competitive advantage. In the international setting, okay? 2 types of competitive pressure. That is pressure for cost reduction and pressure for local responsiveness. So cost reduction is same as reduced cost, and local responsiveness is product differentiation. Okay? So 2 types of competitive pressure that affect the ability of multinational enterprise to compete in the global marketplace are pressure for cost reduction, pressure for local responsiveness. Yes, that's true. That's true. Okay. So you should understand this. Okay. You should understand this. All right. 9. Pressures for cost reduction are minimal in industries where the major competitors are based in low-cost locations, where there is a persistent excess capacity, and where consumers are powerful and face low switching costs. Okay, I see. Is it true or false? False. It's the opposite. That's right. Jensen, you understand that. Okay. All right. So in this setting, low-cost locations and excess capacity and powerfully face low switching costs, that means that they compete with cost. Low cost will be winner. So pressure for cost reduction is not minimal, actually very intensive in this situation. Great, great. So this is false. Okay, great. So we can move. All right, so learning objectives. We talked about strategy, right? Strategy. And cost reduction and local responsiveness. Reduce cost, increase product differentiation. Okay. Some strategies for competing globally and their pros and cons. We are talking about some types of techniques, some strategy to get into the market, the international market. Something like the license, alliances, M&As, something like that. Okay, very simple topic. We already talked about this with my papers too, so I don't see any problem. Okay, we are here, the strategy and structure of international business. All right, so today's class activity, okay, we want to talk about the real things. Okay, I want to talk about real things. So, Citizen and Echo Drive. Let me. Oh, this is a problem. Okay. Probably we can use this way. Okay, I can do this way. I want to introduce a very simple technology. Then,
Take control of the road as you calculate your speed.
no, this is not. This is not. All right, let me take a minute, okay? Please give me a minute.
Eco Drive.
All right, let's watch this.
Eco Drive draws power from a single source. Light. Any light. Not only bright sunshine, but cloudy days, or even artificial light. EcoDrive converts light into electrical energy, which is stored in a rechargeable power cell, driving the motor, the gears, and the hands. On a single full charge, a Citizen watch with EcoDrive can run for over 6 months, even if stored in the dark, resulting in never having to change your battery. Citizen EcoDrive, powered by light.
Okay, got it? Okay, so this is a Citizen Eco Drive technology. Actually, my watch is the Citizen Eco Drive. Okay, so this watch is about $100, but it's not so expensive one. Okay, so no battery, no battery. There's no battery in watch. Okay, it moves with the light, any light, sunlight, artificial lights. Okay, so it works great. It works great. Okay, so meet and discuss with the team members. Okay. So you are international manager of US business, okay? And you can, recommendation for how to expand into some other nations. Okay? And your options are international strategy, global standardization strategy, localization strategy, and transnational strategy. And also suggest a course of action to your CEO. Okay? Basically, you are developing this technology in international setting. Okay, what are you gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna create break rooms. Okay, we have how many teams? 3 teams and 10 minutes. Okay, please enjoy your discussion. Meg, are you here? Meg, are you here? Meg?
Everybody got like that bitch up in there, boy. And then they bitch up early. After the pot, look, got pies on them motherfuckers.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Where is the shadow? Where is the shadow? All right. Okay, so seeds nickel drive, a simple technology, but it's powerful. So how can you use it? How can you use it? Okay. The international setting. So let's talk about that. One team. What? Anyone? Ansley, you want to go ahead? Evan, you want to go ahead?
I can go ahead for team 2.
All right, team 2, go ahead.
So we decided to go with the transnational strategy. And the reason for this is because since we're expanding into countries like Europe and Asia, or countries in those regions, their technology is so much different. Like, take for instance, like Dubai compared to, well, no, it's not Asia, whatever, but compared to America and like different Asian countries. So they have different laws regarding their technology development. And so transnational, we would have a personalized approach to selling and marketing. And we have like those specific targeted audiences in mind compared to global standardization strategy, where we would try to implement the same thing that we did in the US in the other countries, which that wouldn't quite work. And then another point that one of our group members made was that countries like Asia, or continents like Asia, countries there, they tend to kind of like copy things that are already created and make like a cheaper version, like a knockoff version, and sell it themselves. So we'd have to be careful of that, and we'd have to like market appropriately according to the continent. So
Great. Okay. That's exactly what I expected. Okay, so you completely understand these 4 types of strategy. So transnational strategy is a combination of reduced cost, local responsiveness. Okay. So in some countries, local responsiveness is important. In some countries, reduced cost is important. Okay. Also, global standardization strategy. Global standardization focus on reduced cost. Okay. So this technology can be imitatable. Actually, in the real setting, this technology is not unique one. Okay. So cost leadership is also important. I told you just $100. Okay. My watch. Okay. So cost reduction is critical. Product differentiation, local responsiveness is critical. Then you have both transnational strategy. So I just want to make sure international strategy is to make a product in your country and sell. That's it. That's international strategy. Global standardization strategy, we focus on reduced cost. So you need to do location economies, better locations to reduce cost. Okay. Localization strategy focus on responsiveness, local responsiveness. So product differentiations. Okay. Transnational strategy combination of this. Okay, great. How about team 3? Team 3, do you have any strategy?
Yeah, we
All
talked
right.
about all of them a little bit, but I think we came more to a conclusion with localization strategy because into the different countries, like IKEA did, they had to change the ways they either marketed items or the items themselves a little bit. So going into the foreign markets, we thought something like that would probably be necessary with having to change the way we either market the item or the item itself might have to change just a little bit from area to area.
All right, good. All right, so localization strategy, you focus on it. So local responsiveness is more important in this setting. That's your perspective, okay? So each one has its own perspective, okay? So look at this, even same informations, different perspectives, different strategies, okay? It is exactly applied into your simulation the same way, okay? How to look at your product, how to look at your core competencies. Then it determines your strategy. So you need to think about how this technology can be applied, can be used, and what product, which one, reduce cost, increase product differentiation, which one should be emphasized. Based on these decisions, your strategy, all the decisions in your simulation will be consistent with your perspective, these two strategies. All right, team one. Any other question, comment? Team one, your strategy.
We decided to go for international strategy because we believe that this eco drives is a more new technology that does have as much competitors, and that despite some regulations in some countries regarding to vehicles, there's mainly some of same taste, and we will try to start first by Western Europe, which is more a similar culture than the US, and then if that works, we move on to Asia. But if it doesn't work, we might need to make some adjustments, try to meet the locals' desires and tastes.
Okay, I see. Okay, so it's a good point. It's a good point too. Dynamics of strategy. So this team is thinking about dynamics of strategy. Okay, so as time goes, okay, the strategy can be changing. Okay? So you can start with the international strategy for some reasons. Then you go either global standardization or localization strategy, or directly transnational strategy. So strategy is dynamic, not static. Okay, always. So good point. Good point. All right, very good. Very good discussions. So I'm pretty sure you exactly understand what we are talking about. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, so in my perspective, the understanding of yours is great. Okay, so we go a little bit for this. Okay, strategy. Okay, any question about the case before we move in? Any questions about case? We are moving a little bit fast. So any question? All right, let's go ahead. Go. A strategy, long-term plan, okay, to achieve goals of firms. Okay? So two generic strategies, increase product differentiation and decrease cost. Okay, reduce cost, increase product differentiation. Then there's a value of customers. This value high, then you have competitive advantage. This is the idea of strategy. So two generic strategies, differentiation and low cost strategy. You understand that? Strategy positioning. So where do you position your product? Okay? Think about it very carefully in your simulations. Okay? You are practicing actually this. You are practicing this and this in your simulations. Okay? All right, value chains. We talked about primary activities and support activities. Each value, it creates its own benefit. So primary activities, look at this. All about raw materials involved with it. Support activities, not. Both are important. Value chain. And international expansions, location economies. Okay, we talked about location economies. A better location, better performance. Okay? And core competencies, skills within the firm that competitors cannot easily match or imitate. So this is the core competencies that determine your competitive advantage. Okay? So you need to find it. What are my core competencies? Why this can create competitive advantage? Why this is not imitatable by others? Something like that. You need to think about that. Okay? It can be core competencies can reduce cost or increase product differentiation, or both. Okay? All right, location economies, we talked about that. Experience effects, we talked about that. More experience, reduce cost. Complicated task, okay, has a greater experience effects. All right, this is experience effects, experience curve. Okay, at this point, A is minimum experience curve point scale. Okay, so you do more works, more you have more experience, you can reduce cost. In some point, okay, the cost is not decreased. Okay, this is experience reference. Okay, MES, find the minimum efficient scale. Okay, this is MES. Okay, in some point, it's not reduced anymore. This is MES. Okay, competitive pressures. So, reduce cost, increase product differentiation. Two generic strategies. We can apply this. Into international setting. Okay, cost reduction, exactly same. Cost reduction, low cost strategy, and locally responsiveness is a differentiation strategy. Very similar. Very similar. So this is we already done this. So I'm gonna go first. This one. Okay, 4 basic strategies. Local responsiveness, low, high, pressure for local responsiveness, low, high, pressure for cost reduction. Okay, low, international strategy. You can go global standardization strategy, cost reduction strategy, and you can go localization strategy, local responsiveness strategy, product differentiation strategy, and you can go transnational strategy, both combination of this and this. So actually, the dynamics of strategy, you can go any strategy as time goes up. Okay. So I'm not going to replicate this. Global standardization, localization, transnational, international. All right. The strategy evolved. Yes. Look at this. Okay. You can go either way. Strategy is always dynamic. All right. That's it. This is pretty much about chapter 13. So you're ready to take an exam for the next time. Okay, we covered all the chapters. Any question, comments so far? I'm gonna upload these PowerPoint slides. Any question, comments in this chapter? Am I too fast? Still okay? Okay, all right. All right, very good. Good. I'm good too. Your discussion is perfect. Okay, you understand, very well, very good. Fundamentally, very solely. Okay, so your strategy, it sounds good. Okay. Any question, comment? All right, then I will see you in the next week. Okay, you are free to go. Good job, guys. You did a great job.